You know, there's no such thing as waste in this world. I'm a big believer in emulating nature, and in nature, there's no such thing as waste. So my name's Steve Bethel. I'm the co-founder of BankVogue and the family of companies. First of all, it's not a job. It's a real passion for us. And when you're an entrepreneur, you don't have a job, you have a passion. So I'm gonna go to work every day doing a job. Before BankVogue, I was in the waste business, the glass cans and recycling business. And I've always been fascinated by this concept of what people throw away or what they discard and finding value in what other people throw away. Our first sort of foray into the used clothing was that we had a contract with a charity in Canada, the Salvation Army, and that began this incredible odyssey over the last 25 years of finding customers and homes for used clothing throughout the world. The funny thing is we're in a world where you go to the store and buy a pair of jeans and they've been scratched up and they've got holes in the knees. But really for us, secondhand or vintage, it comes with that real authenticity. Somebody hasn't faked working in their pair of jeans, they've actually lived in them. This SEZ in India is a world centrifuge of used clothing. Used clothing comes from all over the world to this place, and it's sorted for reuse. But there are products that can't be reused or can't be resold in the world. So we're taking existing garments that can't be resold and we're turning them into new and relevant items. Over the course of 20 plus years, we've moved over $1 billion and some odd change in pounds of clothes. So we've moved a lot of clothes. We've rehomed and reshored and refound places for a lot of clothing around the world. We actually have 4 streams of business that we operate in. The first is the wholesale business. In the United States, Canada, and Europe, people donate clothes to charities and private collectors. We buy that product that is donated to charities that they have too much of, or we'll buy the product that they can't sell. So a typical thrift operator sells about 25% of what is donated. So 75% of it, they need to find a home for. And BankVogue is in that business of finding homes. We have a chain of stores in the UK, Sweden, and Finland, which we trade under the name of BeyondRetro. And that business, or that lane of business, is about making an impact on the landscape of fashion through used. The third sort of lane of business that we operate in is if we can't resell an item and it can't be sold in one of our shops, can we cut it up and can we repurpose it or upcycle it and turn it into a new item? So an example of that is that we worked with Converse. We cut out the upper for the Chuck Taylor shoe in their Renew collection. Finally, the last line of business that we're in is the fiber-to-fiber business. So if we can't resell it, if we can't repair it, if we can't remake it into something else, can we sort the clothing to a fiber level and make it an input for either mechanical recycling or chemical recycling? We operate within the value hierarchy of clothing. We try to find the best value in the world for the clothing. And if it can't be reused, it can't be repaired, it can't be repurposed, then we are making an input to fiber-to-fiber recycling. We make the irrelevant relevant. We find homes, we repurpose, we remanufacture. The best thing about this trade for me personally, as a person, is literally getting on a plane and going to a market in Guatemala or coming to a market in India or Pakistan. And it's about friends and about relationships. And it's those friendships and relationships that we've made over 25 years that have really grown the business. Our team of people really have made a network of relationships. And it's those relationships that have really brought us the customers.